All right, everybody, welcome to our Show Up Challenge Win of the Week call. And we are so excited that you're here. My name is Gina Tremelling, and I'm excited to be here tonight to share some wins with you. Before we move into those wins, I want to just talk for just a couple minutes about the habit of motion and how important that is in my journey so far over the last about 4.5 years. It has been like monumental. As we look at the life book, there's a couple elements in it actually that talk about motion and exercise. And as we look at that in the first element, element 17, he's talking about how Dr. A, years ago, 10,000 years ago, humans were in perpetual motion. They were moving all the time, like 3,000 minutes a week. And now we're lucky if we get 300. And if we get that, we're thinking we're doing good. So our ancestors way before us were really into movement and motion. Man, times have changed, right? Things are a lot different than they used to be. That's no longer the case. So we strive to get our motion going. As a recent survey was done, and it talks about it in the life book as well, juststand.org, 86% of Americans are sitting most of their day. The average of hours was 9.3 up to 15 hours in their day that people are sitting. And that's hard. Coming from the place I did before I began my journey, I had some medical things that had me sitting a lot and hardly doing anything. And that's not a way to live life very fun. So I'm grateful for the information in here. Activity is essential as we go to prevent disease and create our optimal health. So think for just a moment. You've probably been there. I've been there multiple times. You know, the new year rolls around or summer vacation ends and you're like, I'm going to get my health a little bit better. You set a goal, you look at life and you think, I'm going to eat better and I'm going to start moving better. I'm going to do an exercise plan. And you hit the gym real hard and you start to eat better, and 1 to 3 weeks goes by. And what tends to happen is you lose interest. Something happens, life comes along and things change and you go back to your old habits. You lose motivation, action starts to slow down, and then you go back to what you did before. So I've been there multiple times. I'm sure I'm not the only one. In element 17 and 18 in the life book, we talk about in there, Dr. Anderson is talking about how to create a plan that is tailored specifically for each individual. To find out where your current state is of health and activity and where your weight is, and then how to progress to get to be stronger and be in fitness and flexibility and balance that then can move forward into your whole life. Element 17 talks about the physical activity. And this is things that are already available to us, like what's in our daily life that has us moving. And then element 18 focuses on exercise. And some might say, well, what's the difference between those two? Dr. Anderson says one big difference between exercise and physical activity is that exercise is generally done for a short period of time, and it usually takes a few hours a week. Physical activity, on the other hand, can be integrated into your daily life in a much more organic and complete manner. And when I began my journey 4.5 years ago, that physical activity space was where I put my focus so that I could start to move into that place. Dr. Anderson breaks into the levels of activity in exercise into 3 levels: walking and fitness, resistance and resistance program, and then boosting your workouts. And so I think there's a lot of times that we think as we move toward health, man, I should be, I've got to go to the gym. I've got to be exercising more. And as we look at a graph that he puts in the book, I don't know if you can see it, my light's kind of weird in here, but the healthy movement is the biggest part of the pie. An actual exercise program, is a smaller portion of that pie. And so I think that if we could take a look at our daily lives and just what we can do a little bit different, it just is going to absolutely create by nature some extra healthy movement for us. The 2 elements have changed my life. As I began, like I said, my journey, I was totally into the normal motion. And I would look at parking farther from the store. I would carry the grocery cart, the little basket, instead of pushing the cart. When I drank my water like I was doing and am doing, I usually go to the farthest bathroom in my house. And sometimes if I'm lacking on my energy and my motion, I'll actually go down the stairs and use the one that's in the basement. And that just helps me to get better and better in my mood and in my motion as I continue to go through my day. So I love the things that we can do, just the things that are absolutely habits for us. As I go through my day, I know that these two elements have helped my healthy body and mind by leveling up my motion and my motivation. And then that in turn helps my mood. When I get up in the morning first thing and I do some form of movement, and that might be my 30 to 45-minute walk, but it also might be just dancing 90 seconds to an upbeat song. And that's my micro habit. So at the least every day, I found a micro habit for me is turn on some really good music, move my arms above my head, get my body in motion, and I do a lot better. When I do that, I show up better for me. I show up better for my family. I show up better in my business, and I show up to make my dreams come true. I get more restful sleep, and I'm happier and more energetic, and I can continue to move forward and do those things I want. I find that my tone is nicer and the actual words that come out of my mouth are nicer. And I like that about me. So my thoughts become more clear, my actions are clearer, and I stay focused. So I love the habit of healthy motion. And if you think for just a moment, kind of stop, where in your life are you using healthy motion? Where are those things just coming naturally from the things that we already do? You know, packing the laundry to the end of the house, going ahead and using the restroom, washing our dishes manually. Just think of those things and recognize them as wins in our motion space. And then set a micro habit in it, and then take the step to action. And what I find is when the action happens, then motivation follows. So I'm gonna, before we go into some wins this week, I just want to remind us as we celebrate each other and we think about those wins, we are actually retraining our brain. The reticular activating system, it's engaged with that new thought and that new win, and then it becomes different. It becomes our new normal. And so it's really important for us to not downplay our celebration or our win as we create new habits, but actually celebrate them so that our brain can get trained into that that's our new space and our new normal. So as we share it, same thing, think of the ones that have happened for you this week and go ahead and share as you want to. I'm going to have you take yourself off mute and go ahead and share. Who would like to be first? We have to have someone out there.
I'll go. You know,
Okay.
One of the things that I was excited about today is I just love pickleball. Like, I like that you were talking about healthy motion, and I didn't know if this group that I sometimes play with plays in the morning, and I thought I could only go like once a week, but I'm realizing they go all the time, and I am just gonna go more often. So I just love the fact that we can have healthy motion of something that we enjoy, like you were talking about dancing. And yes, I'm excited about this topic.
Awesome. 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 So there's, did Barbara raise her hand? Did you not mean to?
There we go. Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
I'm new at this and I didn't know how to unmute it. Okay, like I said, I'm new at this, but this past week I met with my doctor. I reported how, okay, I wanted to get my fasting blood sugar from the 200s down to less than 140, and it's down in the 100 teens. I wanted to take off some weight, a certain amount. And Diane, what was the other thing? I can't remember. Anyway, I reported to my doctor, told him how I was doing, and he said I could stop the metformin and take off one. I've been on 2 blood pressure medicines, and now I only have to take 1. And I'm down 7 pounds. So
That is so awesome, Barbara.
Yay!
How's your energy you doing? Is it good too?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons I called him, was because I was just dying all day long, having to push to get anything done. And Amber and Diane said, check with your doctor, because the meds can mess you up in that area, because your body's changing and they don't need it. It doesn't need those anymore. So that was a big, huge win for me. Thank
Oh,
you.
that's awesome, Barbara. So many wins there. There's a handful of them. That's so wonderful. Way to go. That's awesome. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
This is Twyla.
Hi, Twyla.
So, hey, so I had a good week. I think this week I actually went to the health retreat. So that for me is a good win. I took another person with me, and it was great to get out there and zip line. I had never done that before, and it was a great experience, overcoming and feeling that physical ability to do something like that. And then like what you said, I dance a lot. I like to dance and getting in motion. So I've been trying to do a lot more walking, like even when I'm on the phone talking, or just trying to walk outside more and just get around and just turn my music on and dance in the morning or at night. Like, let's get groovy. So I think it is important to keep your body moving. And when you do, it feels better. But I will say that experience ziplining was awesome. And I do want to say congrats to Barbara. I'm so proud of you. That is just awesome.
Good job to you too, Twilight. That's amazing. Doing a scarier thing and out there to do it. That's so cool. So cool. And events, just that community is a great thing for us to be part of, because it just helps to keep us motivated and pumped up for sure. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Couple more wins out there.
I have one.
Okay.
I had to finish eating my bar. So I've been following the Nursing Mothers Plan. I had a baby 3 months ago, and I've just been following the Nursing Mothers Plan. And right after having a baby, I just wanted to eat all the sugar, because like you're starting to produce milk and you're just craving and wanting all the things. And so my big goal was to stop that. And so I did. And it's been amazing, and just feel in control and feel really healthy. And I'm really proud of myself. So thanks.
That's awesome, Curly. And your baby's beautiful.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I can say one real fast.
Okay.
I've just been focusing on like, what is my reasoning behind like making healthy choices for my body and for my mind and all the things, right? And I've just gotten to such a good place that I'm really choosing the healthy choices just to be healthy and to like feel good and have energy, and none of this diet mentality or yo-yoing or anything. And over the last couple of weeks, I've just felt so much more self-control and empowerment that it actually makes me feel even better than just like regular fueling. Like I feel more inclined to do more. And it's just been such a good feeling to be able to, I don't know, just feel the self-control and the empowerment behind my choices. So
Awesome. That's awesome, Corinne. Thanks for sharing and getting that little bit deeper why and makes those choices. Yep. Sure. Somebody in the chat, I didn't see who it was, said smaller ring size. That's a great win. That's awesome. Awesome. And then I think somebody else had come off mute.
I can share that I have been on the Optavia before and was actually a coach for just a short time. And it was kind of difficult. I had businesses to run, and I did it for almost a year though, and felt better than I'd ever felt in my life. And when the pandemic came, I just kind of lost my way. And my husband was like, just eat, it's okay, which he still does, you know. But I have decided that my why is I have lupus and I have put it in remission with this before. And so I just focus on, it doesn't feel good to feel the way I feel, but it feels good to eat healthy and to feel good about yourself. So I've just really been sticking the course, and I went camping and went off for just a short time, which was really a mistake because for like a whole week, I was just going to go off for like just one day, and it wound up turning into a week. And I just had to get my mindset back that it's not worth it. And I felt sick already just from that 1 week. And so I just got right back on, and I'm down 24 pounds since I started. So I'm pretty happy.
That's awesome. That is awesome. It is amazing how quickly our body tells us that it likes the healthier choices.
Right.
It talks to us. Yep, for sure, for sure. All right, is there time for one more? Nobody else? Well, I hope as you guys are like participating in this weekly call, you're finding what I'm finding. And it is just nice to hop in the call and contemplate about the week because you know the call's coming, and then share, and then to listen to everybody else's wins kind of triggers other wins that came for me as well. And it just is that motivation and again, that community that helps to stay the course, to go ahead and continue to remember my why, and then to follow through with my choices. And it is so motivating to be part of this community, and I appreciate all of you. And thanks for being here, and thanks for sharing. We're actually going to go ahead and take a time to do just a little quick meditation. So maybe put your stuff down and relax your hands into your lap. And then go ahead and close your eyes and become really still. And then take a deep breath in, really deep breath. And then out. Feel your feet as they're planted on the floor as you're grounding your body. Go ahead and take another really deep breath in. And out. As you relax your hips and your back, let them settle into the chair, aligning your body and your mind. Another deep breath in. Out. Relax your shoulders and your neck. Drop the weight of life off of you. A deep breath in. And out. Go ahead and relax your forehead, your eyebrows, clearing your head. Now that your mind is clear, go ahead and find that image in your imagination of yourself, your healthiest self. Go ahead and as you see that in your mind, recognize that's the you that's inside of you. It's the true you. Go ahead and see it with as much specific detail as you can, using all your senses: sight, smell, sound, feeling. How do you feel about being your healthiest self? Focus in on the seeing it. What does it look like? What are you wearing? What are you doing? Who are you with? Hear that healthy self. What does that sound like? What noises are going on around you? Is there a quiet hum in meditation? Is there a river, a stream, birds, animals? You on a hike? Go ahead and smell it. What does it smell like? Is it pine? Is it fresh air? Is it raining? Is there perfume? Is there lots of people? Go ahead and take another deep breath. And feel the gratitude as if you are that person. It's done. You're there. Breathe one more time real deep and feel the gratitude as strongly as you can. What does that feel like? Be the healthiest you. Throughout each day, anytime you can, bring this image and the accompanying feeling you're feeling right now, that gratitude, to your awareness. And say out loud whenever possible, I am grateful for my health. I am getting healthier in all ways. I am loved. I am worthy. I am grateful for my body. I encourage you to do this exercise a few times daily, using that deep breath to stay calm. Remember to utilize when you might need that moment to stop and breathe. Challenge your thoughts and breathe. And then choose. Take one more deep breath in and out. And as you're exhaling, drop your hands from your lap, shake them just a little bit. Go ahead and open your eyes. Come back to the present moment. And again, thank you so much for being on this call. The weekly call is amazing. And as you move forward in this next week, look daily. Stop in the evening before you go to bed and think about your wins, those things that really got you going and keep you going. Jot them down, document them and recognize that you're showing up. And have a wonderful next week. And we're going to see you next Monday.